We're up to Siman Nun Gimel. The Mechaber says, Oimer Shatz Yishtabach Mu'umid. The Chazan says Yishtabach while standing. Says the Mishnah Berurah, Kadesh Yisach Moli HaKadosh Miyad. The Chazan says Yishtabach, then instantly goes into Kaddish. Well, he'd start, meaning he stands, that way he could say, Svardim everybody sits, but the Chazan stands. Why? Because the Chazan has to say Kaddish right away. And for him to stand up is a hefsek, so he goes straight from Yishtabach into Kaddish. V'yisarach lahafsek b'nei ba'amid l'fnei hateva. Abu Siman Nun Aleph Sivav b'Haga Masha da'afil mishum spal d'yichidit san gam l'amud. The Ramah implies that all Ashkenazim we stand for Yishtabach even non the Chazan. Ba'amiris Yishtabach. V'ayim bel Yerabba dehasam mimin haga. V'acha Medina. That's a minig. V'chin kasav agra. The minig is to stand by Yishtabach. Kol hatesvav shvachim shebi Yishtabach. All the 15 praises of Shir, Shvacha, Halal, Zimra, Oizim, Mishal, Nezach, all these things, Yizar Meloi Shalei Lahafsik B'neim. You should not talk in between, or not pause in between. You should say all 15 straight. Mafsik Oinshe Gadol. And someone who's mafsik, it's a very, very severe sin. It doesn't have to be in one breath, but it has to be straight without a hefsik.
Isn't it 13?
So the Mechaber says 15. The Mishnah Berurah says 15. The Mechaber then says in Beis, Ein lo yishtabach ela im kein omar baruch shamar uktsas psuka de zimra. You cannot say yishtabach unless you said baruch shamar and a little bit of psuka de zimra, i.e. ashrei. The Mishnah Berurah says, Ein lo imar bein shatz min almecha. This is the chaz and everyone. You cannot just start with yishtabach. Why? Because yishtabach is the after bracha. So you need the before bracha and you need something in between for the bracha to be chalan. The Yishtabach hi bracha achrona, lomar achar psuka de zimra. So Yishtabach is the after bracha that's said after psuka de zimra. Umaschilas b'loy baruch ki hismuch leberachas baruch shamar, and it doesn't start with baruch because it's considered a smuchim to baruch shamar. Al karcha ein lomer oisel baruch shamar. V'loy ketoyin kishehem baderach asher shasachak matchilim Yishtabach. Shemavarach is a bracha levatala. Those people that just start by Yishtabach, it's mamash a bracha levatala. You can't do this. Baruch shamar. Al karchach ovel a yard such as sachru love the beis hakneses akarv lebarchu mechrachim la'amid al kapanim loim yishtabach v'nei hateva ki also lahafs ben yishtabach chikadosh yor kapanim loimer metchila asm baruch shama v'ashrei. So if a chazan needs to take over by yishtabach, he came in late, he's got to make sure to at least say baruch shama and ashrei. V'chein a chazan b'shabish and esach lochar a karv lebarchu yor kapanim loimer metchila asm baruch shama v'ashrei v'nishmas. And a chazan who's running late on Shabbos should say before he gets up to yishtabach, or Sheikhana, whatever it is, Baruch Shamar, Ashrei, Nishmas, and Yishtabach. Hold on one second. The Biur has an interesting case. He says, what if someone skipped Baruch Shamar accidentally? And he's Nizkar Achash Kfar Amar Psuk de Zimra. He realized, like, at the end of the Halukas, I forgot Baruch Shamar. So you can't say Baruch Shamar now because it's before Psuk de Zimra. Now it's already after Psuk de Zimra. You could still say Yishtabach, meaning normally we said you cannot say Yishtabach without Baruch Shamar, but over there where you forgot, you can say Yishtabach. Let's just do the Mechaber in Gimel, and we'll pick up Dal tomorrow. Ein levarach al atifas tzitzis bein psuka de zimra li Yishtabach, ela bein Yishtabach li yotzer. Between psuka de zimra and Yishtabach, you should not be mafsik, and if you have to get your talis then, do not make the bracha then. Say Yishtabach, then make the bracha on the talis. Miu hashatz im loy haya le talis tchila yisatev etzitzis koidim sheyas l'Yishtabach kidish yomar kadosh miyarach Yishtabach v'lo yafsik. But the chazan, meaning so the average person should just put the talis on after Yishtabach. The chazan who has to say Yishtabach then Kaddish should put the talis on before. Same thing. You're not supposed to be mafsik before Yishtabach. So let's say there's no minyan. You finish Yishtabach, but the chazan has to wait before Yishtabach because he has to say Yishtabach and then go immediately into Kaddish. He says, but this is only when the halacha that you don't put on the talis with a bracha after Psukkah de Zimra before Yishtabach, you say Yishtabach first, except for the Chazan. That's only true because you finish Psukkah de Zimra. But in middle of Psukkah de Zimra, finish a paragraph, and then you can make the bracha on the talis. Yoniach ha-talis v'yivarach. M'kol shkelin in tefillin demutar levarach and bein ha-prakim. Similarly to tefillin, in between the paragraphs of Psukkah de Zimra, you could put on tefillin with a bracha. Especially if you're berabim, where it's embarrassing to not wear a talis and tefillin. Yeah, the Mishnah Berurah then reiterates that if you're waiting on a minyan, all the individuals should finish Yishtabach, because it's a hefsek. The chazan should wait before Yishtabach, and even if this means v'yuchal lahamtin, Chatzi shah im yishtabach. He could wait even a half hour. If you need it because he's waiting in order to wait for the minyan, you can wait even a half hour. Let's say he didn't know this halacha and he finished yishtabach first and then the minyan comes. You can't just say kaddish because the kaddish has to be on something, but you already said yishtabach 20 minutes ago. So what you do is you say 3 psukim from Psukkah de Zimra, pick 3 like Baruch Hashem Liolam, the first 3 psukim Baruch Hashem. Say that, the Chazan says that aloud, then it's considered as if he said something, and then the Kaddish is on that. Because he says without this, then the Kaddish is not chal on anything. That's the halacha.